There's a lot you can learn from the simple life of a cat. Cats often symbolize independence, mindfulness, I'm not going to say demure, but calm characteristics. I could say animals are more human than us actually. They just sleep, get up, know what they want, and interact, all without the use of technology. Did you know that the average person spends over 6 hours a day on screens? Gen Z spends over 9 hours. That's nearly half of our waking hours. Half of our day consuming what other people want and achieve, without ever questioning, do we really want this for ourselves? Believe it or not, there's a term that has developed from this. Mimetic desires is the idea that people want what others want. The desire is social and only happens after basic needs are met. When so much of our lives revolve around the virtual world, it's no wonder we sometimes lose touch with ourselves. Tell me, when you scroll, I bet you have seen something where you thought, I want that. Whether it be an achievement, a bag, makeup, a house, or even a holiday. It only takes one tap, scroll, or save to 2024 manifestations to get a new desire, a new goal, without seeing what it takes to get there. The term mimetic models was developed by a French anthropologist, René Girard, who believed that people only imitate others' desires because they don't know what they want for themselves. And I'm very guilty of this. I appreciate so much variety of talent and gain happiness from seeing other people's successes. I desired their outcome, but I'd never questioned why. I remember the first time I uploaded a dance video of mine and people would be very supportive and like my story. Hand on heart, I'm guilty of liking the attention. But whenever I got less recognition than what I would have hoped for, I did question, did I really do this for me? Or did I do this to impress other people? So one time I decided to perform and asked no one to come watch, apart from one person. All of my friends insisted to come, but I told them I want to do this for myself. It really is about stepping away from the noise. Perform for the sake of performing, doing something without the expectation of being recognized. It was only from this that I realized that I did do this for myself. And learning that internal motivation is much stronger than external recognition. I love dance because it lets me express emotions physically rather than verbally. It's not wrong to want to do things for other people, but it shouldn't be the driving force or the main priority of why you want to do something in your life. And I would revisit asking why regularly to reconnect with my authentic reasons. Let's talk relationships. For the longest time, I thought happiness came from being productive and successful. In university, I skipped parties, I rejected invites, and eventually I graduated with my 2-1, but I didn't realise the consequences it had on the way I think. Architecture students are chronic workaholics. We had to show something new at our presentations every week, and we base our success on the praise we get from our mentors. Ultimately, we prioritise work over our health, our relationships. Guys, I would bring my phone to the toilet to research architecture case studies in hopes that I would squeeze as much time out as possible. Whenever it came to holidays, I never really felt like I could relax. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Working constantly made me forget how to be present. Upon graduation, I didn't look for a job for a year. I needed to take time out to discover myself. The paradox of progress is that progress isn't always linear, and sometimes you need to step back to move forward. It wasn't until I found creative outlets like dance that my mindset started to shift. It was the only activity that forced me to be away from technology. And then friendships became much bigger than just spending time together. I missed out on building relationships based on a common interest. Whenever I walk into a dance studio, it's like whatever's going on around me is left outside of the door. And this practice of being present, I try to incorporate into my everyday life. It really does work. Try to indulge in a hobby or career that requires no devices. You will feel your brain chemistry start to change. Being present just became so much more natural to me. Looking back, I'm happy I wasted that year to learn about myself. And simply the value of relationships. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. To be honest, I used to be such a talker, and I still am, considering I'm yapping away on this YouTube channel, but I'm more talking about in person, and I thought it was the only way to keep people engaged, but I realised there's actually so much beauty in silence. I didn't need to talk about myself. I already know everything about myself. The more I became an observer, I learned that whenever someone opened up to me, whether it's about their dreams, things they are excited about, or their troubles, I tend to feel the way they do. I find myself to be very grateful that I can hear and experience something that wasn't my own. I want them to feel heard, that someone cares, like the way people do for me. My fondest memories will be the deep late night talks, celebrating wins with people, pausing to let life happen. So take a moment, call someone, share a laugh, or just be there. Don't miss your only chance to have the gift of being human.